It's a cloudy but comfortable morning as we look at downtown Buffalo from our Compass East camera. It's a little humid out there, but all things considered, not a bad start to the day. Thanks for joining us for the first hour of Your Morning Buffalo. It's Tuesday, June 25th. I'm Scott Patterson. Let's see if the overnight rain is gone for good with Dan Russell and Weather on the Ones.
Yeah, we had a front swing on through right during the middle of the overnight with some widespread rain, but we've been drying out here over the last couple of hours. You can see road conditions are now dry and skies will actually begin to clear out as we go through the next couple of hours, so we'll see some breaks of sun develop. Temperatures, even though it was a cool front, temperatures haven't fallen all that much. It's a balmy start. 68 at the airport in Buffalo, 70 right now in Dunkirk, 67 in Falls, 67 in Batavia. We'll end up in the low to mid 70s this afternoon, but there could be one possible blemish. I'll let you know what that blemish is coming up in about 10 minutes.
Western New Yorker David Bellavia will be at the White House today receiving the nation's highest military award. He's getting the Medal of Honor for his heroism in Iraq. In 2004, the staff sergeant's platoon was pinned down in Fallujah and most of his squad was trapped in a house. He ran out, grabbed a gun, and ran back in. Then he battled through rocket-propelled grenades, fighting off the enemy and freeing his squad. Bellavia is already in Washington, D.C. and spoke at the Pentagon.
This is my new unit insignia. I really believe in my heart that this represents so many different people. It represents my entire team and my entire unit. And it says that, you know, we have no idea what veterans are going through. We see them at the store. You see someone wearing a cap from Vietnam or Korea, wherever they were. They have no idea what they went through.
Bellavia is the first living Iraq War veteran to receive the Medal of Honor. He now hosts a talk show on WBEN Radio. His Medal of Honor ceremony is at 3:30 this afternoon. You can watch it live right here on Spectrum News. Western New York is doing its part to honor Bellavia. The dome of Buffalo City Hall was lit up with the colors of the Medal of Honor, blue, gold, and white. The water of Niagara Falls was lit up the same way. It is primary election day. Polls in Erie County have been open for about an hour now. Everywhere else, you can cast your ballot starting at noon. Spectrum News reporter Brianna Foose is live at Unitarian Universalist Church, just one of the polling sites in Buffalo, with a look at today's voting. Good morning, Bree.
Well, good morning, Scott. It's been a slow morning here, to say the least. Only 4 people coming in to let their voices be heard, but that could very well be because here in the city of Buffalo, really, there are only 2 things you can vote for, either city council seat or for the Erie County executive, whether you are a Democrat or an independent. Really, the only 2 parties if you're registered to vote in. But here's a look right now. Election workers and volunteers trying to keep themselves busy. Of course, seeing a low turnout is not going to be surprising to Board of Elections commissioners for Erie County. They say a lot of it could be because of who is all on the ballot, and of course because it's the first June primary we've had in about 5 decades. Normally it is in September. And again, BOE commissioners saying it all depends who is on the ballot and how contested that race is. So it might be a little slower here in Erie County, but up in Niagara County, where the Niagara Falls mayor race is on the ballot, that's where we could be seeing some higher numbers. Absentee ballots across the county started off slow, but started picking up as we got closer to today. But what BOE commissioners tell me they're really going to look for, especially after today, is campaigning. How will the gap between now and the November general election affect candidates getting their message out?
I know some candidates that have signs up are prepared to take the signs back down and hold them again for a few months and then put them back up again. Other candidates are keeping them straight through. Some candidates are going to scale back their mailing programs throughout the summer.
People are telling us that they feel that it favors the incumbents, that they feel that it favors organizations. That may well be, but everyone has to change their calendar now. There's really no downtime for people to have the November election and then, take 5-6 months off.
And I have to say, with some of the voters we've spoken to already this morning, they're enjoying that less campaigning that they've already been seeing. They like that they haven't been inundated by phone calls and mailers. So that's one upside to this June primary that we're learning voters are taking from all of this. Again, polls open here in Erie County right now, and then across Western New York, the rest will open at noon. So get out and vote. You have until 9 p.m. And of course, after that, stick with us here on Spectrum News. We'll keep you up to date with all of your election results. Live in Buffalo this morning, I'm Brianna Foose, Spectrum News.
New York State is about to decriminalize marijuana, and one of the biggest advocates of the idea is sharing her thoughts. Assembly Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes wanted the state to fully legalize the drug, but says decriminalization is a huge first step. She points specifically to people of color, who she says were unfairly targeted under marijuana laws. Often people booked on low-level possession charges would have their lives wrecked because they missed time at work and had a conviction on their records. Now, she says the state will clear those records and stop arresting people for possession.
These convictions of low-level marijuana crimes actually prevented people from getting jobs because they had to say that they were convicted felons. It prevented them from getting access to Pell because Pell doesn't provide resources to people who have been convicted. It prevented them from living in public housing. And it essentially forced them into a kind of lifestyle that unfortunately created recidivism.
The bill becomes law 30 days after the governor signs it. Peoples-Stokes says the state doesn't yet have a plan for how it will clear marijuana convictions, but she's confident a plan will be ready when the law goes into effect. Regardless of your opinion of the cashless tolls on the Grand Island bridges, get used to them. Soon every toll in New York will be replaced with the same technology. The state plans to transition to cashless tolling by next year. If you have questions about the plan or frustrations about the Grand Island tolls, the Thruway Authority wants to help. It's launching help sessions at the Grand Island Welcome Center. You can stop by Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 6 and get help with toll bills, violations, easy passes, and any other issues. The first session is this Thursday. They'll continue through the summer with the exception of July 4th. Amherst police need your help finding this missing man. Police say 61-year-old Ali Qassam has memory loss. He disappeared around 3 yesterday afternoon and was last seen near Rice Street in Williamsville. If you have any information about this case, call the Amherst Police Department at 716-689-1311. Town of Tonawanda police also need your help finding this missing teenager. 17-year-old Thalia Burgett was last seen Saturday night in her home in Tonawanda. Police say she has long, dark brown hair, wears glasses, and has a pierced nose and ears, I should say. If you have any information on Thalia or where she may be, please contact the Town of Tonawanda Police Department at 716-879-6613 or the confidential tip line at 716-879-6606. Well, you can get a little exercise and chat with police officers in Niagara Falls this week. The city's police department is hosting a slow roll bike ride Thursday. After the ride, you can grab a bite to eat while officers answer your questions.
I think sometimes people are a little nervous to approach the police, especially in today's society. So if we do something that can bring them out for a fun event, plus it's, a good fitness event for them, I think it'll just make it a little easier to break the ice, I guess, and get that dialogue going.
Well, you don't need to sign up for the event, but you do need to be at least 16 years old. If you'd like to take part, just bring your bike to Hyde Park's Pine Avenue entrance. Thursday's ride starts at 5. Well, it's time to have even more fun at Explorin' More, the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Children's Museum. It's been open on weekends since May, but starting Thursday, it will be open every day. Spectrum News reporter Maura Christie is live this morning at what we'll call the Explore and Maura. That's got a nice ring to it, Maura.
Yes, Scott, I love it. And so, like you said, it will be open daily starting Thursday. So that's an exciting time. But Janine, the Director of Marketing, you're with me here to talk about another exciting day, which is today.
It is today. It's our 25th anniversary today. We're doing our grand opening on Thursday. We're going to be open to the public 10 to 4 daily. It's such an exciting time. 25 years to get to this point. We started as a small little children's museum, a vision of educators and designers, and they always wanted to go big, and I feel like we've gone big big and we're here.
Absolutely. And you mentioned going big. I mean, this is a main focal point in the museum. So talk to me about what this exhibit is and what kids can learn here.
This is Moving Water. This is our largest exhibit. It's about how Buffalo has learned to harness the power of water. We've turned it into electricity by harnessing it over Niagara Falls, represented by this iconic two-story waterfall. The water comes over the water wheel. The children can learn how to generate electricity. They can learn how to operate a lock on our replica canal system here.
And so this exhibit, where we're standing at Canal Side, I mean, this is where a lot of history happened with the Erie Canal. So it just makes it that much more cool.
That's true. We are located right at the terminus of the Erie Canal, the starting and ending point for the Erie Canal system. They recently put a plaque on our very corner of our building. We're on replica canals and bridges that are visible from this beautiful water exhibit, and it's activated with ice skating in the winter and with paddle boats in the summer. It's just such a great place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So kids can come here, they can have fun, and they can learn so much while doing that. So we'll be taking a look at more exhibits coming up, so stay tuned. But for now, reporting in Buffalo, Maura Christie, Spectrum News.
Maura, thank you. We have been there a couple of times, and Barry, I'll tell you, my son still has the boat he made for the little canal exhibit there. He loves it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of a treasure. 190 near Seneca looking good, and Skyway, we're doing fine there. Getting ready to head out. Roads are dry. We're looking good here, 190-90. If you're going to be traveling 400, you're okay there. Eastbound all the way up to the Kensington. You shouldn't have any hassles. Inbound Kensington, we're still in green. We track traffic in real time. Green tells us it's at the limit. Cross the South Grand Island Bridge, looking good there. Little bit of delay, Sheridan to River as you're heading 190 southbound, and that seems to kick in about this time every day. Another update in a little bit on your Morning Buffalo.
Finally, it feels like summer even when we get rain, the sky clears, and we get a nice day.
Yeah, you know, temperatures today are still going to be in the 70s, not quite the mid-80s we saw yesterday. Yesterday was the warmest day so far of the season, especially when you factored in that humidity. Made it feel as though it was around 90. Well, today, again, not as warm, but we're still talking highs in the 70s. And don't worry, those 80s are going to make a quick return, which you'll see here in just a second. In the meantime, we did have around us some rain during the overnight, widespread rain. That rain has already cleared. It's a dry sweep in and around the Buffalo Metro, and you can see that rain pushing further off to the east towards Syracuse, and that's where it's going to go. The only possible blemish as we get to this afternoon, there will be a bit of a lake breeze boundary that does set up, especially across Niagara and Orleans County. Could see a couple of odd showers try to pop there, and you'll see that here with our clouded radar forecast. By 10 a.m., again, temperatures are just kind of hovering here around 70, but we'll begin to see breaks of sun develop. We'll down to breaks of sun into this afternoon. Midday, temperatures low to mid-70s. That's what we'll see for highs. And here we are at 4 p.m. And you can see a couple of radar blips trying to show up. So that Route 104, that Route 31 corridor, if you're watching in around Lockport, Albion, Medina, you have any outdoor plans there, still go for it. Just don't be surprised if you are dodging a couple of brief raindrops. Now, tonight we'll have clear to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be a touch cooler. We'll see temperatures settle down into the low to mid-60s, still pretty mild. And then here we are tomorrow morning. It's a warm start with temperatures already in the upper 60s to around 70. Tomorrow is also going to be a mainly dry day. The only possible blemish tomorrow, mainly into the southern tier. That's where we could see another isolated shower or thunder shower try to pop, but most are dry tomorrow with temperatures upper 70s and low 80s. And that's just going to set the stage for the pick day of the week here on Thursday. A lot of sunshine expected on Thursday with temperatures getting back near and into the 80s. Of course, it's Food Truck Tuesday. If you're heading out this evening, should be a beautiful evening, mild and breezy with temperatures around 70. Scott?
Well, Dan, some of the newest Sabres will be in town today as they speak with the media ahead of development camp. This morning, we'll hear from GM Jason Bottrill about the new draftees and the Sabres' plan for free agency. Right now, here's a live look at Exploring More. This is the waterfall that leads into the canal exhibit. It looks great, and it's a lot of fun. Time now is 7:14. You're watching Your Morning Buffalo.